across the globe. Greninja, again, one of these characters that doesn't have too much representation right at the top. But we are going to see the Hollow Bastion pick come out. What do you got any thoughts about this stage pick, or?
I mean, both characters got the tools to annoy the other on their recovery, so I could see them both doing well. For now, again, the one who does manage to express himself is Kire here, with a good 52% lead for now.
I'm really enjoying the fact that it's very tempting as
Yeah,
Yoshi.
that's also what I was expecting, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, it's a couple of interesting things about this matchup is that, one, that double jump armor comes in clutch a lot of the time. Being able to just jump out of those imperfect combos straight away, and the multi-hits not having enough knockback to deal with Yoshi, so vital in this matchup. The second thing as well is that we're going to see Kire not really throwing out too many of these buttons. Greninja having that ground speed and the dash attack as well to really whiff punish Yoshi. And that's just something that Kire may be getting a little bit optimistic.
Okay, great here, but no connection afterwards. Still a good lead here for Kire. He could go for a kill, and we saw him already trying to get one cheeky up smash in there. But the up tilt is going to seal the deal. And yeah, I think you're happy now, aren't you, with Kire and his performance for now?
It's an interesting thing to see. It's an interesting thing to see, right? Because Greninja is typically quite a hard character to catch, but he doesn't have the best airspeed in the world, and this is where things can get really, really spicy. It's that early percent. Once you're past that 30–40% range, and those neutral airs, those forward airs are going to start comboing into other moves as well. That's when Yoshi really, really begins and trying to get just a little bit off on that spacing on the forward air at the moment. So unfortunate for Kire. But again, these situations, going with these nairs at a shield, of course, perfectly spaced and perfectly timed nair from Greninja is going to be safe on Yoshi's shield.
Yeah, no, honestly, Kire has been in the control of the rhythm of the game. And what's scary here for Piplup is that with 156% on deck for this Yoshi, how do you connect a hit for a kill there? I mean, you're going to reach the moment where, yeah, grab is going to get the kill, but besides this, you need to go for a roll up smash or something to get the kill. Yeah, managing to get an up smash.
And we can see there on that high percent, a lot of those Greninjas, they like to go for their DI mix-up, particularly when they're at the ledge, because if you DI out anticipating that up throw, you're then suddenly going to die off the side. And then, you know, vice versa as well. It's so scary. And we're seeing Piplup already getting these edge guards going. The back air in particular, it lasts long, it's multi-hit, it goes through eggs as well, which is a real vital part about edge guarding Yoshi. You see a lot of Yoshis are going to throw out those eggs to cover their recovery. So even if you're not necessarily hitting the opponent, the more important part is that the opponent's not hitting you.
Yeah, exactly. I do agree. And for now, we've seen how Kire was cooking up to now, but Piplup is little by little getting back in there. And with this rage, he could actually get a kill quite quickly, and even the odds by doing so.
We can see Kire just floating there, threatening the neutral air. I think they wanted the turnaround on the neutral beat and the landing up air as well. Such a devastating kill option, and it's completely safe on shield. -3 on shield, by the way.
Excuse me.
It is ridiculous. It is an utterly broken aerial, and Piplup just trying to get that F smash going, not quite managing to get it so far. I want to see a few more forward airs from Piplup. Yoshi really struggles to deal with that spaced forward air. Just about, you can see Kire's got the right idea, but sometimes going for these options in the wrong direction, not quite managing to get as much bang for his buck as he may be able to.
Okay, going for a good up smash here, but the good fair. You were waiting for them. There we go, 42% only counting here for the Greninja player, and he's in the lead with the reverse, complete good reverse here with that down there. And what was that like? Oh! He slept on his recovery there and got punished accordingly.
Yeah, it's scary as well because Greninja, again, has got a pretty linear path on the way down and can't really go for those areas to challenge, particularly when facing forward, right? That forward air comes out a little bit too late to be able to challenge it. So the moment the egg hits, you can just react, you can nair, you can forward air, you can do what you want, really.
And he was like, oh, that connected. Okay, there we go, nair. GG, handshake.
Yeah, it's nice one. Good try. But certainly, we were seeing those adaptations come from Piplup. There was a really wonderful moment where Kire double jumped on stage and Piplup caught him at about 5% and started getting these combos going, electing to get him up into the air, get that damage going, And Kaya manages to get that down air out. That was when we saw that down air do, that's a ludicrous amount of percent. But we can see already, Piplup is beginning to show those signs of life in terms of recognizing when the double jump is gone.
Shows off life, yeah.
And then really capitalizing on it. And that's so vital in this matchup as well. You've got it. Yoshi's a heavy boy. He can recover from ridiculously far, can tank through moves.
Yeah.
But if you're able to catch the double jump at any percent,
I was expecting him to incentivize on this a bit more, but again, it's a BO5, so we may see it later on in the set. Something that was lacking all those kill confirms from Greninja. We didn't see a single one. The kill he got when Kire was already, let's say, overcooked at already 160% or so, and could get killed by whatever interaction that was on deck. So I want to see him go for kill confirms now.
Yeah, and we can see just
oh
going,
my goodness!
So the full hop down air on that platform, the last hit shield pokes every single time, and it's so dirty. There's no need for it to do that, and yet it's so good for that platform pressure. It's just completely free pressure there. Again, Kaya going for that forward tilt from the other direction here, and we can see the down air, short hop down. Oh, and that's what you've got to be afraid of when those footstools come out. Yoshi can die at any percent. It is that little bit of weakness in that armor where, because if you want to abuse the armor, you can't go for an aerial.
Again, footstool is one of those tools that you don't see that much, but when you get the hang of it, like there it was completely random, let's be honest, but that may light some spark in the brain of Piplup. He could go for this a few times because he got the vertical options to go down there and annoy him every time he wants to go for a recovery. So I want to see him go for those options a bit more.
And the thing is with going for that footstool this early on is that now that is constantly an option in Kaya's mind, right? And the difficult part is that with... Oh my goodness, just going for the drag down. No, it's still there. Really good use of the egg, just aggressively throwing it at Piplup, making sure that nothing can happen and getting real good tech chase off the platform there. Aggressive forward air. I can smell a little bit of desperation from Kaya. And yeah, it's so unfortunate. The accidental egg rolls, you hate to see them. They're never intentional.
Yeah, this. Can we talk about this option? Because I haven't ever seen one good side B from a Yoshi player ever, I think.
It's like, no Yoshi ever goes for it intentionally, and anyone that does is a liar. Anybody that tells you that I go for an egg roll intentionally, you're a dirty liar. And oh my goodness, just missing the jab lock for the neutral air and managing to get some percent going, 42%, and still in advantage. Piplup just managing to get back to center stage, and we can see Kaya slowing the pace down a little bit. An aggressive forward air is going to be caught out quite literally by Greninja, but Piplup once again just managing to reset to neutral time and time again, and doesn't manage to mash out at all at that percent.
Looking quite sus on that guard here, but you know what, no mash and we're going to take it. There's a tool we haven't seen at all from Piplup here on the edge guard, and it's the up B. The water from the Hydro Pump can actually be used to just annoy the recovery for Kire. And we've seen how this is kind of... you can expect the direction from the recovery with that double jump, so you can actually incentivize on it.
Yeah, and we can see...
wait, what?
Yeah, I was going to say, this is the thing, the damage output of Yoshi, and suddenly Kire is completely back in this game after being an entire stock down. Clutch jump away, and we can see there, Piplup had an opportunity to pressure the shield and is just not electing for it in the slightest and calling out the jump afterwards. So good from Kaya.
Might. That's Yoshi clutching everything. The BNBB theory is right.
Yeah, I was going to say, the theory is looking real good right now. I think a little bit of matchup knowledge here for this is that you can buffer a move out of the egg lay. So you can buffer a move if you press it and then start mashing. It will buffer whatever move you want to go for.
Okay.
And I feel like I don't know whether Piplup knows this because...
So do you mean the up smash we got there was
No. So you know out of egg lay, when you pop out of the egg, you can buffer a move
I get it.
out of that.
Sorry.
So, and that was a thing that we weren't seeing from Piplup. We were seeing just this sort of, you just go for the mash because you want to get out of the egg, and we were seeing the down airs come out, and that's something that Yoshi does a lot, and oh my goodness, we saw it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen anything. I didn't see anything. I was winking. I was like closing my eyes for a sec.
This is just, oh my goodness, and that's the thing, Kaya's ledge trapping on Greninja has been insane, and that's the thing, Greninja normally can be a bit of a slippery character to keep on the side of the stage, but Kaya's been doing such a good job, particularly with these down airs.
And no jab lock again. This is the second time he could go for a good punish there.
Yeah, it feels like Piplup is playing really, really safe at the moment, not really going for these hard committals on the tech chases or going for these jab blocks. But the problem is that even though you're not necessarily getting reversal, you're still not winning the situation. And Greninja's tech chase game is one of the strongest in Ultimates. And you really need, this character can kill in 2 interactions, but you need to have those conversions on deck and you need the confidence to be able to go for it.
Yeah, and we talked about it for now. The one thing we didn't see that much are the conversion from people. We've seen everything else. We've seen how he does manage to get good fundies. He does manage to navigate around the stage very well and around that Yoshi. But the conversion from a good up air, dragging up air, or from a good nair haven't been on deck yet.
Really lovely stuff there from Kire, just going for a little bit of extra damage on the neutral air. That's when things get really scary. When you're at that 160, 170%, when that neutral air starts killing.
You mean that big boot? You mean that big boot, right?
Yeah, and we can see again. Oh,
okay.
There we are. We're getting some conversions. We're finally getting some of those conversions.
Took us 3 games.
Yeah, it took 3 games, but better late than never, as they say. And Piplup, down tilt up smash, tried and true.
Is he listening to us?
I think he might have heard us. I think he might have heard us, but that's the thing. You've got to get those kill confirms when you can. Oh, and
good match, finally.
Yeah, and just electing to go to ledge. Again, Piplup playing incredibly safe in this matchup, and I'm loving the use of forward air that Kire is doing to just cover that space in front of him. Even if he's not hitting it, he's avoiding that potential of the dash attack because it's so difficult for Greninja to get in when that big sweeping forward air could hit you instead. And then Kire can just convert off of that as well, which means that Piplup is really struggling to get these combo starters. But even then, we're seeing the combo starters and not much is coming out of them. We saw some signs of life, but I don't think it's there anymore.
Not yet, indeed. Now, maybe the DI from Kire in this specific option is just annoying him so much because he can go for this fancy option again and again. And when I mean defensive option, I mean the double jump or the air dodge. And yeah, for now, sure, he's a bit behind in percent, but we've seen already how he did manage to get back in the game with 1 full stock behind. So I'm not scared for the Norwegian player here yet.
And just tanking that shuriken with the heavy armor on Yoshi. Again, it's such a good move, and the forward air finally coming out.
Finally, and they're taking a huge lead for the first time, and like properly, not to go with a footstool or something, just by straight interaction that were won by him. Piplup is cooking a bit.
Yeah, and we're seeing it already. Piplup just electing to go for this ledge trap instead, throwing out a lot more of these forward airs. Again, well-spaced forward airs, Yoshi just cannot deal with. Just particularly retreating ones, that massive disjoint is just perfect, the perfect range outside of Yoshi's jurisdiction, and we're just seeing time and time again. And this is where the matchup can get really, really tricky. Greninja so good at whiff punishing, but Kire clearly got some knowledge in the matchup because the down tilts and the dash attacks, he's ready with the punishes, and what a beautiful call out on the timing of the lowering of the shield. Up tilt to up air.
Again,
beautiful.
Surprising Piplup here with that range of that up tilt. This is not the first time it happened during the whole set, yet Piplup did get caught again by this, got punished by this up air. This time, good up smash here. I think he was smashing it, to be honest, but I mean, we take those.
I mean, so Yoshi forward air, it only starts confirming at like, I would say 30–40%. So after that, it's not actually safe on hit. So I don't know whether Piplup knew that or whether Piplup was like, the Yoshi's above me, this might work. Yeah, I mean, but either way,
there's a word way it works,
There's a game on the board.
Finally, I was afraid we were going to have another 3-0 in that set. And in our whole block, the only set we didn't have a 3-0 was the one with Bloom. So that was a stat I was kind of afraid of. Now, Kire 2-1 in this set. He's still in the lead.
Yes.
He's finally going to have the stage control. Could you enlighten us about stages that were good for Yoshi?
I would say, so for Yoshi in general, it's less about what's good for Yoshi, because I feel like Yoshi can excel on any stage.
Okay.
It's more about what's less beneficial for your opponent.
Yeah.
I feel like I would like to see Kire ban or Piplup. No, I don't want to see a flat stage. I feel like particularly things like FD, you're not going to be able to land. I enjoy this pick from Kire. We've got a smaller stage, we've got platforms for conversions. It's a lot better. Again, you want the smaller stages, you want the platforms available to you. You don't want to give Greninja space, and you want to be able to land. They're the two big things that Greninja really excels at. That sharking in the air and having those platforms as well means that even though Piplup can get a little bit of an extension, Yoshi's going to get so much more. But not if he can't get anything started. Piplup at the moment with a really nice lead at the moment.
Yeah, nice lead indeed, and a good combo. Again, those confirms have been on point since the last game. And look, as you were saying, 100% and 20% counting. Now, however, Kire just woke up. 42%. Ola, what happened? There was an announcement.
I have no idea what has happened going on, but of
oh,
course...
it's a happy birthday!
Somebody's birthday on stream. Tigerton's birthday. Shout out to Tigerton. And of course, Piplup playing for his boy from the north as well and got that first stock. And again, we've seen a little bit of adjustment from Piplup. One thing that I really want to point out as well is that I'm seeing some more hints of aggression from Piplup. Yeah. And that was something that we didn't see too much in the first 2 games. We were seeing Piplup was going for like the safest option. If it wasn't a guarantee, Piplup wasn't necessarily going for it. But we saw a little bit earlier on that Piplup was chasing in the air. We're seeing these options.
I see way more good spacing also on his side, because a few times he went for the aggressive in the first 2 games, he got punished accordingly with those nairs, and that was a good combo again by Kire, managing to stop the bleeding because he was getting hit here and there. 42% already counting on him. I was quite scared for that dinosaur here and for my theory, but for now, again, Piplup is still in the driver's seat.
Oh, and we could see there just kind of being a step ahead. The down air, I do like the attempt, trying to get the tech chase with the forward air, but again, Greninja just getting juggled by this Yoshi, and the airspeed is so difficult to contest sometimes. The fact that you can just dodge and weave even after that directional air dodge, it's so difficult to catch the dinosaur sometimes.
Yeah, and you can see how I understand now the stage selection by Kire. The only time people could actually just space him out, he could use his projectiles just to rise up some damage and force the dinosaur to approach. What was that? Why was that?
So the double jump armor, so it's subtractive armor. So when you break the threshold of armor, you only take the remainder of it.
Oh,
so when you get hit by a move that just breaks the armor, you seemingly go nowhere.
That's
and Piplup was nearly ready for it as well, was readying that forward smash to try and catch, but Kire reeling his head back with the forward air, the hurt box shift with the forward air can come in clutch sometimes, and the last hit, the back air, even if all the hits don't connect, the last one is all you need at that high percent.
The clutch factor again going in here for the Norwegian player, 138%. If he does manage to find one good connection here, he could just ramp up a lot of damage and take a good lead in that set. Maybe the last game of the set, actually.
Yeah, and we can see a lot is going to connect to get that combo going, but we can just see Piplup not managing, and a beautiful catch. There we go, Greninja tried and true that up smash. Such a big hitbox, and even if it was only the second hit that sent sideways, it wouldn't have mattered. The edge guard situation would have been set up, and Kire would have been without a jump. But now Piplup has got to get something started here, just at 48%. This is where things can get really scary against Yoshi. You've got to get that 20-30% on Yoshi before your combos are going to start connecting, because that double jump can just jump out of pretty much anything you throw.
Yeah, and I'm quite scared because we were praising his execution up to now, finally going for a good combo here. But they were missing in the few percent that were very important for people here. Finally evening in the odds, yes, sure, but over when you think about the stage control, Kire still has the lead. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, and we can see once again Kire just trying to keep Greninja at the ledge, but the double jump air dodge. Again, these dash attacks aren't really working out for Piplup at the moment. Just getting caught by neutral air each and every time. No jump.
No jump. Can he do something? Go for the idle prime. Do something on there. No. Yeah, good catch.
And there we go.
Again.
Oh, but maybe anticipating the air dodge in, but Kire being a step ahead and just knowing that Piplup's waiting for the desperation option. The forward smash punishing the up smash there, and we can see Piplup with a very tiny lead at the moment, but the kill percent. And and the air dodge just about manages to get out. It's still anybody's game. Not quite going to kill.
Yeah, even like to the percent, they are even there. He's waiting. Yeah, he was waiting for the Nair shield. Did manage to connect it. Good edge guard situation here. Going to go for the fern. Getting punished by an F tilt here. Going on the ledge again. Those eggs are just poison for people. He doesn't manage to get in there. He's going to avoid the back air and punishing with a fair. Good call out by people here. Waking us up. Waking the whole crowd. Getting back in there 2-2 in that set. Hey, that's a good last game.
I was going to say, it feels like, I like the fact that Piplup with that patient style as well, knowing to really utilize it in that really clutch situation, right? Being able to just hold your ground and wait, because eventually the Yoshi is going to swing.
He's going to swing, and this is what happened just in the interaction before. You saw it exactly on the ledge. He was waiting for that nair. Didn't happen, and when the moment he went in, he got punished for it. So yeah, he learned from it, did manage to understand what was going to happen later on, and punished it accordingly. Perfectly well done by the British player here. Now, going back onto SBF. So yeah, Kire is feeling confident on that stage.
Yeah, we can see once again Piplup just making his way in. I don't think was quite confident that the neutral air was going to connect. But we are seeing, again, I don't know whether Kaya's going for these like drop-down forward airs, but instead just getting these forward smashes on the ledge. And it's a little bit unfortunate. Again, you know, platforms are a whimsical thing sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes they work, sometimes they very much don't. Kaya trying to catch the air dodge there.
This is a very back and forth game, and here, no punish on the jump. What happened? How did he manage to get back up there, up without any issue?
Oh, I'm facing the wrong way for the down smash as well. That first hit, if he was turned around, it definitely would have killed then. But again, giving Piplup another chance at life, just landing with the neutral air. Again, it feels sometimes like Piplup has got these reads, but hasn't quite got the confidence in them, but managing to take the first stock. Piplup with a lead here.
Is it going to reverse 3-0? I didn't expect that from Piplup, but he's been cooking from the get-go of those 3 games. So perfectly well done again, 109%. He is still cooking. Look at those percent ramping up on the Norwegian dinosaur. This is not looking good here for him.
And this is where things can get really, really scary. Yoshi players, they can have a tendency to start throwing out these aerials, particularly those approaching forward airs. They just think it's a really good option because you want to get the hit, you want to get the kill, and you want to get it now. And Piplup is going to take advantage of that 8 days a week. And we're seeing it already, Humming Bee. Why has Kire got 105% on him?
Mate, already, as you were saying, Kire just gave him so many opportunities here and there to get those percent ramping up. And you can see those kill options going one after the other for Kire. He wants to end that bleeding. He wants to get that kill quickly. But he's been kind of predictive on his approaches. Finally taking a stock on back hit. But at what cost? 127%? This is like key percent for the Frog.
And this is where things can get really, really scary. Attempting with the tech chase there on the down air. Of course, the hits, if you land with it, it does send to the side. So being able to get the tech chases off of it. However, Piplup being one step ahead, and Kire stuck at the ledge right now, managing to get a back air into a neutral air here. Piplup has got to be careful not to let these early kills happen. Again, Yoshi not necessarily can struggle to kill, but it's going to be at these higher percents without those things like egg to forward air and these edge guard situations. And we are seeing, again, just spacing with these back airs, with these forward airs, and down smash, managing to catch Kire. Piplup has got a real strong lead. A reverse 3-0 Humming. We're about to see it.
This is a wonderful play here by Piplup. He's been mixing up his aggressiveness with the defensive state of mind we had in the first 2 games. He's been adapting so well to what Kire was offering, and you can see the fruits of this whole work. Look at that, one stock ahead from the Norwegian player, why he was lacking behind in the first 2 games. This is wonderful here by a Greninja player.
And this is where things can get really, really scary, right? Is that you've got to somehow approach Greninja, who's got some of the best whiff punish options in the game. And this is the thing, it feels like Kire has really telegraphed a lot of his kill options. Yeah. And it feels like Piplup is now really, really aware of what he's got to watch out for. He's got to watch out for those up tilts. Even then, the nairs aren't quite going to be able to seal it out. But there we go, up tilt, up air. Last stock here. Yoshi's damage output is utterly ludicrous sometimes. But again, you've got to get that landing hit.
Yeah, you need to get that first lead. Oh my goodness, he had the read on the roll the first time, but not on the second one. 120%. He can get again for a huge connection like this, and Piplup going